All right, hey, it's Mike Gowns here, and in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you on the board here how we actually get martial arts students. So, this is a process that we've been doing for years now. We've proven out with hundreds of martial arts business owners, but if you're having trouble trying to get students in the door, you got beat up by COVID, or maybe you're just maybe before that you were having trouble, and you're just wondering, how do I actually do this? You might hire agencies, but they're just for the fitness industry, and they don't actually know your business model. They don't understand the martial arts world. And so they give you, messaging or ad things that just don't work. And so, one thing that I learned from my mentor was, if you can't pay money to acquire a new student or client, then you don't have a business. What you have is a hobby. And right now, if your hobby wants to be your business in your mind, you want it to be your business, then you've got to learn how to be able to pay money to acquire a new student. So you might be one of those persons that think, oh, well, gosh, dang it, it's online. It might be too hard for me. It's really not. Our assumptions sometimes leave us in bad places. So don't assume that it's something that you don't know it really is, and it doesn't have to be hard. And so what I want to show you is just the simple process that honestly most people are going to make you pay a lot of money to actually learn this stuff. I'm just going to give it to you here for free. We've been in business for quite a while now, and we've been doing quite well, and so I don't feel too bad about sharing this with you and giving this to you. So you're really going to want to grab a piece of paper, quite honestly, and learn how to see through this and understand it. And it's going to probably make a huge shift in your mind in terms of what is actually possible for you. And while I'm going through this, I want you to think like, how could I disprove Mike? How could I prove him wrong? How could I show that, man, that just ain't possible, dude? What are you talking about? So I want you to be thinking about, be the devil's advocate. Call me out. Say, hey, that's not possible. It doesn't work like that in martial arts. Okay? So I want you to do that because it's really important that you get that off your chest while we're doing this, right? Because we're always looking for the reason why it's not going to work. And if we would spend that much energy realizing how we could just get to work, we would be so much further. So this is really going to help you get more students. It's going to help you feel better. It's going to help you stop staying up all night, lying in bed going, how am I going to pay the school bills? Or how am I going to get to the next location? Or how can I stop being a babysitter with, my martial arts business? How many of you right now went into martial arts to become a babysitter? And how many of you are not doing retargeting? How many of you are doing these manual things that people have already automated years and years and years ago? Why are we doing these manual steps, trading time for dollars, when we could automate that stuff and give us more time to focus on what it is that we really love, which is teaching martial arts or doing martial arts? So if that is something that you really want to figure out and know how to do, you're going to absolutely love this video. All right, so let's look at the first part. So the first part is, as we said, we've got to be able to pay money to acquire a new student. So we do that over at Facebook. Why? Because simply it's the best place to run ads and get conversions. It's where people are. People say, well, my client's not going to be on there, or what about I do, for kids, what about, the moms? And listen, they're there. We've already got hundreds of martial arts businesses doing this profitably. It works. So what we do is we typically spend about $1 per click over at Facebook. And what do we put in our ads? Well, most people's ads don't work for a few reasons. Number one, they don't know how to target their ads. Number two, they don't know what to say in their ads. And they don't know how to come up with an image. Well, it's really simple. If you understand the problem that your client has, okay, and a lot of us say, well, our problem is, the kids are out of control, or they want to get fit, or they're looking for something to do that's not the gym, right? Well, okay, but why are they doing that? What is the problem in their life because the kids are crazy? What is the problem in their life because they're not fit? What is the problem in their life because they're going to the gym and they don't want to do that? See, we just talk about this thought and we don't really talk about what sucks because of that. Well, we help you with that, but that's what we put in the ad. It's real simple. You know, if somebody's really looking for a solution to something and you know what the problem is, just put a picture of that. It's quite easy. And then what really makes something work is where you can describe to your ideal student what their problem is. See, that's what causes people to trust you. When you can actually explain to them better than they can themselves what the problem is. So that's what we put in the ad, okay? It's a simple image or video. I mean, you're watching this video right now, right? Okay, very simple. Then we head them over to a landing page. All right, so we pay $1 per click, and then to get them to the landing page, took $1, and this page for us typically converts at 30%, all right? So at 30%, that means that we're generating leads for about $3, okay? So far, so good. We've got somebody on our email list. Our retargeting can kick in now. Our follow-up automation in the emails can kick in and start following up with them, sharing with them how we understand them, and showing them how we matter to them in such a way that if they were to give us their value, we would solve their problem. It's the only reason money gets exchanged. So we have this landing page. It's real simple. We've already figured out how it works, the best design for it, how to keep it really, really simple. This is not a hard thing. Once they get past the landing page and become a lead, the next thing they go into is the video page, okay? We call this a VSL video, which stands for video sales letter, because it's really just a letter in video form that shares with them or educates them on why we matter to them, how we can solve their problem, okay? And in this video, we just give them part of the deal, right? So let's say that there's 5 steps to get to their goal. We would just give them maybe these 3, and then they would have to get with us to get the remainder. It's real simple, but at least they know, getting these steps, that we understand what we're talking about to such a degree that they would go, well, if they know that much, by golly, they probably know the rest of the story, right? So we get them here to this video, and again, to get somebody to watch this video cost us $3. Now, I don't know where you get your paper printed, but most of you that are running flyers, we're doing sandwich boards, bandit signs, all these things cost a heck of a lot more than $3 to get somebody to actually check those things out. And here's the even worse part, we don't even know if they checked it out, right? Because people need more exposure to things to make a decision, just like you do. Heck, you might have even watched other videos of mine and you're still trying to decide. It's not that my stuff does or doesn't work, it's you're being a human. It takes time for us to decide whether it's right for us. You have to get enough information where you can say, you know what? I feel like that would be a good decision. And I see that that person understands where I'm at, where I want to be, and the problem that I'm trying to solve. And so I think I'm going to go with them. And that's what you have to do with your students. So in this video, we create the gap. We say, hey, we understand that you're right here. And, you know, we understand that you're trying to get there, but we do realize there's this problem you keep running into. But you know what? We figured out how to solve it. Let me show you some of the steps to get there. Now, of course, I can't share everything with you, not in this video, but jump on a call with us and, you know, we'll help you out. That's kind of what you say to them, right? You just got to prove that you can actually help them by actually helping them first. Then they'll see that you can actually help them. So now, if you see here, we have this process going. This is an automated process, by the way. So that means that this is running 24/7, 365 in the background while you're focusing on martial arts. Pretty cool, right? All right. Now, after we go through this video here and we explain their problem to them, we present this gap, they understand that we can actually help them. The next thing we do is we have them fill out a survey, and it's also at the same time going to have them schedule a calendar appointment with you. Okay, so what happens here is in this survey, we ask them the questions that we need to know in order to decide if doing the appointment is actually worth our time. how many of you right now are doing these brick and mortar traditional methods that they work, it just requires a lot of your time and energy and effort, and it's really not that efficient, and it surely doesn't work as effective as this does, okay? But how many of you are doing the whole, I put an ad up, I boosted it for $20, $30, I get a bunch of kinda leads or messages, and then you're following them around and they're giving you the runaround and, oh, well, I don't know, and this and that, right? Well, that's a tire kicker, okay? And we don't have to deal with those because in this process, we have somebody coming in here and about 10% of the people that actually watch the video, they turn into an appointment, a surveyed appointment, which costs us then about $30 to get an appointment. Not so bad, okay? This is good. But here's the deal, okay? What this does is do something I call cut the BS, all right? We all know what BS means, you know, bull shrimp or something like that. You know, the bad word. I can't say it because then my ad wouldn't run. So look, this is cutting out the tire kickers. And then you actually know what their problem is, which, guess what, helps you create better ads, create a better video, create a better message here. And then they schedule an appointment when, guess what? You say you're ready, not the other way around. No more being interrupted. No more, hey guys, hold on, just kick the bags. I got to run to the front and do this thing. So many of us, so many of the martial arts business owners I talked to in the beginning, they're doing so much work in the business, they can't even work on the business. This is not a place we want to be. So for $30, we've got a new appointment that has been cut through the BS. Well, what do you mean? Well, if somebody's willing to click an ad, go to a landing page, give us their email, watch a video to the point in which they realize they can set an appointment, and then they actually fill out this short little survey, and then they set an appointment with us, I'll tell you what, it takes a person to do that. Somebody that's actually interested in getting the problem solved that you were explaining that they had right here, that you already knew. Quite simple, right? Then the cool part is they just come over here. I'll make a little smaller box. We were using up some screen or some board. Then we take them to this phone script. Okay, now let me explain something here. We don't follow up with people. We have a machine that does that through automation. We have retargeting. This phone script only requires one phone call because you'll know in one phone call the way we do this script. It's a 12-part script. It's the absolute best, hands down way to close martial arts students. You will get high value, high paying, and people that actually show up in one phone call. And this is such an easy script that anybody who can read and answer a phone will do it because these calls are coming to you. You're not pounding on the phone to get people. We're not chasing and doing follow-up. Nobody wants to do that, all right? And you don't have to. And really, it's not as efficient as having retargeting ads following them around. That's why I don't have to follow up, right? But on this phone call, guess what? We close on average 25, that's if you really kind of suck, to 50%, and really it's higher than that, but I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt here, of the calls that we get on. So we're paying anywhere from $60 to $120 to get a new paying student. Now, of all the hundreds of martial arts clients that we already have, martial arts businesses, okay, those are our clients, they on average see that their students, on average, are worth about $2,500 to them, okay? Because they stay anywhere from, on the average, about 18 months on the average. Some stay more, that's just more here. How many times would you do it if I said, hey, for every time you give me $60 or $120, I'll give you $2,500? How many times would you do that? So many of us say, well, what's the budget that we spend on ads? Would you have a budget if every time you stuck something into this machine, it gave you more than you put in it? Why would you have a budget? Kind of silly, right? But like anything, you start small and you build up as the machine tells you. See, doing all these other methods, we don't even know if it's working properly. We don't know what it costs to get a new student. And if you can't figure out what it costs in time or money to get one student, how are you going to manufacture two? Well, it's not possible. So what that means is a lot of you that don't know that, you're doing hope marketing. What hope marketing is when you get into the dojo, you get down on your hands and knees and you say, gosh, I hope the phone rings. Gosh, I hope somebody comes in. Man, I hope. You know, my wife's dependent on me. My husband's dependent on me. I told her I'd make this work. I told him I'd do this. That's hope marketing. Remember in the beginning of this, I said, if you cannot pay money to acquire new students, you don't have a business. You have a hobby. Okay? So here's the thing. What we have to understand is that this actually works, right? I mean, you're watching this right now, right? It's this process. So I want to show you something here. Let's just kind of break this down, make this real simple here. So right here, we pay $1 a click, right? Then for the lead, we pay $3. Then for the appointment, this is a surveyed appointment. We've cut through the BS, okay? We're paying 30 bucks, right? And then for the sale, depending on where you're at, you're gonna pay 60 to 120, and sometimes less, okay? Really, honestly, you can do a lot less, okay? I just give you benefit of the doubt because, so I don't want to overshoot, right? But look, this is pretty simple. It's just bam, 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 okay? This is really why it actually works. So my question to you is, are you going to keep doing it the way you're doing it and keep getting the same, results that you're getting because you'd be doing the same thing? Or do we change and start doing it the way it needs to be done and should be done? And you can go at this by yourself. It's going to cost you a lot of money. It just is. I know, because I had to do that to figure this out, right? It will take you a lot of time. I'm guessing to set this whole thing up, if you've never done it or tried it before, you're talking 300 to 500 hours, okay? We can take that down to by week 2 of our new program and our Dojo Student Blueprint Program, by week 2, and so we say that you got to spend about anywhere from 4 to 6 hours a week just getting this thing kind of set up. Because what's cool about what we've done is we've already figured out all the design. We've already created all the automation. We've already dialed in all the ads and the retargeting. And really, I've set it up so that with one single click, you have the website and funnel set up. You have the ads. If you can see and do this thing called, just type, you can set everything up. Because if you think about it, what do we do on the internet? All we do is type and click. How crazy is that? And the video that you got to create, it doesn't got to be like this. I've got videos that have created over 7 figures, and I'm never even on it one time. It's just either PowerPoint or Keynote, create the layout and record it with screen recording software that is basically less than the cost of one single student signed up. So you can do this. It's not that you can't do this. Your assumptions get in the way, and you know that saying about assumptions, it makes out of you and me, right? So we've got to really pay attention to what is really available to us, and we have to realize that, yes, we could do this on our own. I always think of this. It's like there are gold in those hills. Now you can go try to find it on your own, and gosh, who knows how much sweat and time that could take. Or if somebody knew where it was, they could just go, hey, it's right over there. And well, if they said, use this to find it, think about how much that changes things. That's what's happened here. There is not a better program. I'm not being biased. I just know because I'm paying attention to the market. And I've talked to so many people, thousands of people at this point. And there's nothing for martial arts business owners on planet Earth that is better for them than this program that we have dialed in right now. I've got a guy, Daniel Perez, he just signed up a family. He hasn't even been in the program for more than 2 months. He's signing up families. He's signing up several students now. We've got people all over the world. It does not matter what your discipline is. It does not matter where you live in the world. As long as there's people there, this will work. So we can keep struggling. You can go at it alone, or you can have somebody help you. So what do? Well, right now, the best thing you can do is just click either right here on this ad or somewhere on this page, if this is on a page, okay, and set up a call with us. On that call, it's not going to be a rough, tough sales call. I don't even need you to bring the purse or wallet with you. What we'll do on that call is we'll just find out, does this actually fit for you? Will this actually work for you? And we'll be completely honest about that. And, are we good enough for you? You'll find that out. You can ask whatever question you want. And on that call, whether you decide to work with us or not, you're going to leave with clarity. You're going to leave with a direction and a roadmap on how to get to that 6- and 7-figure place. And you'll know. You'll know whether this is an option that you wanted or not. And you'll enjoy the call, I promise you. So here's the deal. You can keep doing what you're doing and keep getting what you're getting. You can keep hiring another agency, fitness place, pay them thousands each month and get the wrong results because it's not dialed in for your business type. Or you can get with the best program on planet Earth for martial arts business owners to get new students by actually doing less in the most efficient way possible, pre-built, retargeting, how to do ads, the whole 9 yards, and save yourself a bunch of time, energy, and money and frustration, and we can get to work, okay? Our clients during COVID did better than they ever did. Literally, we had clients doubling their student enrollment during COVID when they couldn't even do that before it happened. So I just get pumped about this because I know it works and I want it to work for you and I'm excited for you. So click right now, schedule that call, get a hold of us, and let's make this happen, all right? So thanks for watching this. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. That is the process. If you want the script, it is already created. It's laser dialed in. We've done this with hundreds of martial arts business owners already. This whole process, we know what landing pages work, what ads work, how to set up the retargeting, how to do the automation. They're already pre-built. I mean, how cool is that? You don't even got to mess with it. So click right now. I'll see you over there and I can't wait to talk to you.